So before we go in, let's just like look at a couple things here. Okay, so first of all, here's the Primus everywhere. And this fucking asshole's face is literally everywhere. And for those that are like, what do you mean that's the Primus, Pyromancer? What are you talking about? Well, let me show you. Tired of your old fit? Look no further than today's sponsor, Into the AM. Into the AM sent me a few of their items, and I'm not joking. I wear them more than anything else I own. You can see it on my stream all the time. The shirts and joggers that I was sent are comfortable, stylish, and fit me really well. I can't express how much nicer things like the joggers they sent are than the ones that I used to wear. Into the AM has well-printed logos that actually last through machine washing, so they're not just going to be degrading and falling apart after the first few washes, and soft, comfortable fabrics for all of their apparel. There's tons of designs available for their popular graphic tees, including this Thor-themed shirt that I'm wearing. So you'll be sure to find something that fits your personality. Click on the link below to support the channel and save 10% on your order. Make sure to leave a comment letting me know which design is your favorite. Big thanks to Into the AM for sponsoring today's video. If you don't remember the Primus, wow. If you don't remember, before we saw what the Primus looked like, remember how he uses this statue thing as his like guise? And then we also have the Rune Carver, who also has like a similar bone structure on the face. Well, that's the Primus. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Because not only is the Primus here, and think about that. Look at what is literally all over this place. Chains. It's literally covered in chains. Like, what the fuck is this? What is this? It is covered in chains, bro. That's the most fucking jailer Primus shit I can think of. This fucking weird fell steel? I don't even know what this is. Fell slate, fell steel. I was actually doing some research on the two of them because I don't do them. But it looks like almost like pseudo domination runes etched on these rocks. It's like, and then check this out. The same, that 3 rune. It's like similar to these domination 3 runes that we see on like Sargeras's armor and on Zoval's sword and on fucking Frostmourne and on all this shit. Like, we just see like similarly replicating runes. There's no fucking way that this is an accident. There's absolutely no fucking shot in hell. There's no way in a million fucking years that they accidentally just imagery-wise put the Primus all over the Legion stuff. There is no chance that that's an accident. No chance. And wait till we go back to Antorus. It is all over the place in Antorus. I believe Demon Hunter's Order Hall had a special quest regarding those structures and floating gems and runes, and we should check that out at some point because I'm sure it probably is relevant. Look, there's an even more striking image of the Primus. This is the image that shows up mostly in Antorus the Burning Throne. And that looks just like this statue thing. Like, dude, there's no way that that's an accident. There's no way. How could you accidentally make the Primus look like that? Even the nose, even look at the concave of the nose is even the same. The green glowing eyes, the horns off the forehead, the jaw with the fucking razors, the narrow fucking chin. It's the Primus. Like, what the fuck? You should look at the tier set from HFC for Warlocks. I don't know if I can do that when I'm not on a Warlock. HFC Warlock set, wow. I mean, yeah, dude. And what's this called? I forget what it's called. Death Rattle Regalia. Yeah, bro. Death Rattle Regalia. What is this? To buy it? Yo, cringe, dude. Give me your fucking stupid artwork and fucking get out of my face. Jesus Christ. Yeah, bro. I mean, and it's got chains. It has a literal halo crown of chains, bro. What the fucking fuck? Also, don't demons come from hell, chat? Like, How come demons aren't associated with the Shadowlands at all? Bro, the Primus is the leader of the Burning Legion, bro. Dude, there's something going on. He's either the leader or he helped them. Something is going on. Something is afoot, okay? And it ain't my dick, okay? Sorry, that's a fucking spin on a line from a song. Sorry about that. Let's go in here, okay? Holy fuck, dude. Or the old leader Sargeras deposed or was overthrown. There's a lot of green in Maldraxxus. Wait until I show you. Dude, Antorus the Burning Throne is covered in Maldraxxus gems. With green gems with golden trim. All over the place, dude. They are everywhere. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I can't wait to show you guys. It's fucking wild. So let's do this dungeon here. Illidan, you got any dialogue, pussy? I don't think he does. Maybe he does once I walk through in Cordana Fell song. That's May of Shadow song, sorry.
Our forces have engaged the Legion on the ground floor. We must place the Aegis in the tower before our losses grow insurmountable.
Mephistroph.
Our guests of honor have finally arrived. I look forward to ripping those horns from your skull, betrayer!
There is nowhere you can flee that I cannot reach you, demon!
Illidan! Curse that impetuous demon hunter!
Cool. Cool. We got the armies of Legion Fall fighting against them. What is this called? What is this dungeon called? Cathedral of Eternal Night.
I'm coming for you!
I bet you are, Dulzak. So, I don't think I realized where this dungeon actually is. So I didn't realize that that's like the upper portion. Wow. That's what happens when you're just a tunnel visioned mythic raider when you do this type of content the first time and multiple times after. You just never look at what's around you. So I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't know if I ever realized where this dungeon actually is. Which it makes sense considering what it's connected to. So obviously we have a lot of Elune energy focused here. See these gems here, these blue glowing gems? Gems are power, as you guys know. Gems are power, crystals are power. This is Final Fantasy all of a sudden, okay? Crystals and gems in WoW have power in them. Doesn't matter if it's ruby, crystal, sapphire, emerald, aquamarine, whatever fucking, I don't even know if that's actually a thing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They have power, and these blue ones are no exception. And they're pulsing with presumably the power of Elune. And they're not that dissimilar. We actually see a lot of entities of power with gems on their armor, on their weapons. Sargeras has rubies all over his ordered form. Almost every single elemental lord, almost every single void lord and void entity are wearing wrist cuffs that have gems on them. Every single one of them. I'm sure that there's a reason for that. Perhaps the gems themselves bind them into their physical form, allow them to stay physically manifest. Also, this gets destroyed as soon as you come in the Tomb of Sargeras. You have a very limited time to see it. But on this wall over here, there are massive stained glass murals of these women that are notable characters. That's Queen Ashara, for instance. There are these characters who are notable elven women. And by the way, no, I don't think anyone has like solved this or like really talked too much about this. Maybe they have, but there are 4 notable elven women depicted over here. I know that's Ashara because of the pink gem in her chest. Ashara has always had that. Even in her earliest forms, she's always had that pink gem on her. Another one of these, I'm sure over there is Tyrande. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure another one of them may be Elisande. But regardless, there are 4 women held or depicted holding 4 of these ancient Titan artifacts that were used to terraform the world by the Keepers. So why these elven women had possession of these, I think I have to reread Chronicle Volume 3 to understand that. And then those were used to seal the temple that housed the darkness that was the Tomb of Sargeras underneath the Temple of Elune. One thing that I find very interesting is the one that gets broken is this one, which right when you come in, Goroth comes flying through this piece of glass and breaks it. And I think that's fascinating because this looks to be like a black dragon, potentially breathing like a void fire or maybe even like a shadow flame type of energy. And it looks like the Aegis of Agramar is being used to shield against that power. Which makes sense because the Aegis of Agramar grants its wielder a boon of light, if I'm not mistaken, although the shield seems to be empowered with lightning. Which, I don't know if you guys have noticed. The shield, the Tidestone, and the Hammer of Khazgoroth all seem to be... imbued with lightning. Which is like weird. I don't understand that. Why do they all have lightning? I don't get it. Don't use that in the Halls of Valor in a boss fight. Yes, when you're first retrieving it from Odin, so that God King Skovald doesn't get it. Is there an issue with the in-game sound in this dungeon for Pyro to be using his own music? No, I just wanted to use my own music. It won't be in the VOD anyway. The music will be gone when I'm done. So, I just wanted to listen to my own music if that's okay with you guys. So anyway, I always wondered, because it gets broken and you can't really see it after that fact, so it could be Neltharion. The Aegis of Agramar shielding against that's rather interesting. You also see these large, kind of like twisting tentacle almost looking things, so I think there is a big implication that this is a void-addled dragon or something along those lines. But what I think is ironic is that Queen Ashara does end up utilizing the Tidestone, remember? But she doesn't do it until she becomes a Naga. Remember that? How, like, she does all that stuff, but not until she becomes a Naga? So, in my head, unless I'm misunderstanding, and I have to, like I said, I have to review why they originally had these relics, and redevelop a greater understanding of that. But Queen Ashara technically does what's depicted on the window. So, she probably knew about what this power did from whatever their assignment was back in the day. What I think is curious is that Ashara doesn't have one of her trademark things in this image. You see what it is? Maybe they're prophecies? Eyes? What about them? Yeah, she doesn't have golden eyes, does she? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Wonder why those aren't there. I have an idea, but I'm not going to say it. Fates have changed in this universe. People fulfilling roles they were never meant to. And sometimes the gods push people into positions that they otherwise wouldn't have found themselves in. Looks at Illidan, looks at Queen Ashara, looks at Tyrande Whisperwind. Also, I would like to point out that the Tear of Elune was once affixed to a staff. If you can see that over there. It is clearly affixed to a staff, and when we find it, it is not. I'm assuming that perhaps that's Tyrande over there, considering that she's in a big white and light cerulean colored robe. I'm assuming that's meant to be Tyrande, especially considering her connections to the Dream and Elune. Also, over there, that's the Hammer of Khazgoroth. Now, the person wielding that's a good question. That could be, so long blue hair. I'm sure that this should be an easy answer for me. I want to say that maybe it's like Elisand, or maybe it's like Thalysra or something. But again, these are 4 notable elven women, and I'm sure that they are all identifiable if you really put enough time into it. She could be Chandris. Could be Chandris. She does have blue eyes, doesn't she? And what's the next expansion's main zone called? Khaz-Elgar. What's she wielding right there? The Hammer of Khazgoroth. Technically, Tyrande has also wielded the Tear of Elune by now. That actually has already happened with the fucking tree as well. So if we want to look at it as like shielding with the Aegis, the Tidestone, all of that has potentially technically already happened. So the last one right there could be something to do with Khazgoroth, Khaz-Elgar, something to do with the Earth Warden and all that stuff. So just some different visual interpretations of some of the stuff that we might see here. I don't think that I have any benefit from clearing out all these ads. One thing I'd like to point out, while in this temple, the presence of different types of flora and fauna, and we'll take another look at this as we move As we move further, I'm gonna put the in-game music on. Whoops. Well, that's not where you want to go. That's not. Whoopsie! Why does it start you looking at the door? It's like, get out. Just go. Just go. Just leave. It's fine. You don't have to stay. Yo, Mark Aurelius, thanks so much for the tier 1, by the way. Jenny, thanks so much for the follow. ADXIV, thanks for the follow. Real Game Theory, thanks for the 4-month resub. Vimithras, thanks so much for the 7-month resub. Appreciate you guys very much for that. Thanks for the support. Sorry I'm a little late on those. You know how it is. I get caught up in this shit. Also, I could be just like seeing things. That's disgusting. I could just be seeing things, but this large platform above me appears to be in the shape maybe of a teardrop. Although that might be stretching it a little bit. It almost looks like a teardrop, which is very much like in Elune kind of thing. But anyway, could it be could it be in a staff? Could it being in a staff be trying to show the tear growing into a tree? Maybe, but I think it was probably affixed as a part of a weapon before. I think the tear of Elune, because think about it, the tear of Elune doesn't make any sense. Honestly, the tear of Elune and the Eye of Aman'Thul kind of are weird, in that everything else is a weapon. It's like a sword, a shield, a hammer. It's a relic of well, I guess they're not necessarily a weapon. Like the Tidestone's not necessarily a weapon. I mean, I feel like it is a weapon. It is like it's a magical focus for elemental energy. Like it's a fucking weapon. He only reads Twitch chat, right? No. I just read a message from YouTube chat. So yeah, I wonder, you know, what their purpose is. Anyway, these flora and fauna very ghostly, translucent. Reminds me a lot of Ardenweald, some of Ardenweald's flora and fauna, of course. Seemingly a little unnatural, once again, similar to Elunaria, ANR's Sanctuary, where you kind of have things just kind of growing off of nothing. Like you just have plant life kind of just growing everywhere. Hey, look, there's the 3. Well, 3 right there. Probably doesn't mean anything. It probably is just a sideways thing that looks like a 3. Hellblaze Fellbringer. Well, here's one of these, like, loom things. It's like a harp with Elune. Interesting that there's, like, some runes on it and then some that are raised. And also not in the right spots. That could be just like a glitch. I'm not really sure. It's like a crescent moon harp. It almost looks like a big, kind of looks like a weapon, but I think that about a lot of things. Fell green just kind of coming through here, leaving green light. You can see that it kind of also changes the color of some of these gems to green. You'll see that a lot throughout this raid, that we'll find, this dungeon and raid, that we'll find gems that are originally blue that turn for fuck's sake that turn green. Thank you. Think it could be Xalatath in the middle on the thing down there? I mean, maybe. Could is it just a coincidence that Zal decided to take an elven form and body in retail? Maybe not. Maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe she wanted something similar to her body back. So I don't know. But I don't think that there's enough to say that it's Xalatath either, right? We're just kind of stretching because we want to just like put Xalatath in places of interest where she doesn't need to be because she's already in a very interesting position. You know, we don't need to apply her to everything. So this area right here is called the Twilight Grove. I want you guys to keep that word Twilight in mind because it's said in Folk and Fairy Tales of Azeroth that Twilight is a magic and an occurrence that happens during dusk and dawn. And it is during the time of dusk and dawn where Anshe and Musha stroll across the Twilight Bridge and take their station in the sky to do their eternal charge or whatever. So Twilight magic is very much something that is relevant to Elune, and it is very relevant to the bridging of light and void magic. Twilight magic is also the magic wielded by the cultists of the Twilight's Hammer, of course, and is probably not too dissimilar from the ideals and magics of a disciplined priest who uses those magics seemingly mostly independent of one another. But I just want you thinking about what is Twilight, what really is the bridge of light and shadow, what does that lead to, what is the connection between them? And I just want you guys to be constantly remembered, right, that like there are fell beings in here actively corrupting nature entities and entities associated with the Elune. We're seeing the temple itself change, but not really morph into something unrecognizable. You know what I mean? It's very interesting how the Fel has an effect, has an influence, but doesn't completely destroy all of this Elune Night Elven stuff. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that it is an expression. I just don't know, because the Primus is really what keeps fucking me up. But I think of it as an expression between the relationship of Fel and Elune's, whatever you want to call her, light, and how maybe the being or beings responsible for Fel could have a relationship with Elune, right? Like the Anshe and Musha scenario, as I've discussed in the past. So now we'll fight Agranox. This ancient served the Night Elf priestesses in the Temple of Elune, tending the beautiful hanging gardens. But after the malevolence of the Legion infected the cathedral, Guardian absorbed Fel energy through his roots. He even has a Fel wisp kind of floating around right there, next to him. That's very interesting. Now the twisted Agranox spreads corruption throughout the sanctuary he once protected, believing he has finally achieved his ideal state. Not a Fel, unsullied heartwood. Deep within, it is still pure. I mean, this is a life artifact that drops from Agranox with special text on it. This is extremely rare, for anyone who doesn't know. Typically, artifact relics do not have flavor text on them. So the fact that this says right here, this Agranox Unsullied Heartwood, what? Look at that. It's telling you that the core of Agranox is actually not corrupted. And look again, we are seeing kind of this transition, not an outright destruction. Look, we go from this little arcane moonwell to this green fire. It's on the same type of pedestal. It's really a conversion of energy. My end was written in the rings. Wow, look, I got splinters and not a Fel. So what he said there I think is interesting. Remember what Il'gynoth said. Your coming was foretold in the rings. Il'gynoth is what? It is an amalgamation of corruption infecting a now decrepit world tree. World tree, trees, tree rings. Your coming was foretold in the rings. Il'gynoth foresaw our arrival because his connection to the world tree allowed him to foresee it. Just like what Agnarox is kind of suggesting here. My end was written in the rings. This could be more metaphorical than I'm taking it, but I don't think it is. Rings are also something that shows age and tree. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And so by dissecting and looking at the rings, you can tell how many ages a tree has been around. Look at this little Fel sprite, by the way. Is that what I think it is? I mean, that certainly is a wisp, is it not? Or something akin to one. Wisps, usually you can see their face. So on this one, you can't. It moves like a wisp. Yes, it does. I mean, look at that. Let's look at these ones. These don't have faces, but they're at the very least little essences of energy. Converted energy. See, that's the trick with Fel, is that it adheres to the law of the conservation of energy. That it doesn't, people perceive that Fel destroys everything. That's not true. Fel converts everything. It converts it to a different state of being. It does not destroy it. It doesn't destroy it. It's equivalent exchange. Yeah, equivalent exchange, thank you. And law of, that wouldn't, yeah. Conservation of energy wouldn't be as specific, yes. Equivalent exchange is the better term for what I'm trying to describe. Felborn botanists. They know a little bit about things. Fulminating lashers, bile spray lashers. They know a little bit about Bile, by the way, bile, rot, acid. This is something that I noticed a lot with the Burning Legion as well, especially in Antorus the Burning Throne. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of bile scourge. It really makes me think Maldraxxus. Like, it makes me think of the bile pools and the amalgamations that are wrought from the House of Plagues, and it makes me think of that kind of stuff. So even in other ways, thematically, the Burning Legion kind of... I don't know. So, Fel can only convert, not create. Like, we starved them by destroying Argus. Now, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. That Fel cannot necessarily create. I think creation, as we have seen it, is also a little bit of a perspective. I think Fel, we're told that, well, we're technically not. We're not told that Fel creates demons. That's actually not, I don't think that's what we're told. We're actually told in Chronicle that demons are born from the clash of light and void, which presumably makes Fel, but that's not actually said. That's not actually confirmed. Fel is unstable though, no? Isn't Arcane unstable as well? Why do you see Fel as an unstable magic but not Arcane? All magic is unstable unless properly wielded, let me tell you. Alchemists of Maldraxxus and Plague Doctors are not going to be doing very good if they're not practicing. In theory, all of the forces convert. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm trying to point out the fact that Fel specifically converts because people often have it in their head, this idea that Fel only destroys, which is not true. It's not true. It's a conversion of energy like everything else.
Illidan left behind a mess. Stay close. We shall carve a path through these demons.
Yeah, whatever you say. Chapel of Sentinels. Very creepy in here. Apparently there were some little dudes. Isn't it interesting that warlocks use Fel but also dominate and control pets? I mean, isn't it weird that in the RPG lore, the Titans literally all have an ability called Dominate? The stars floating in the air bothers me? Yeah, it reminds me of Star Shroud type shit. Star Shroud type shit, for sure. The Emerald Archives. Interesting that it's called the Emerald Archives. Because presumably it wouldn't be Emerald without the Burning Legion here. Emerald Archives, Emerald Dream, Emerald Star. Some similarities in word choice. Ah, I forgot about this. Wow, forgot about that one. Forgot about that one. There's another version of it. Fel Dragon instead, you like that? It's color, chat. It's all about color. It's so clever. It's so subtle and clever in this game. But it can mean something. It can mean something. That's pretty cool. I forgot that was there. And look at the green and the purple kind of coming together. Its roof is also... It just doesn't have a roof. Oh, that's very strange. Whoa. What the fuck? Also, it looks like there should be a gem of power above that, but there isn't one. Like right there should be a gem. I don't know if it's just glitching. There too. There's like missing gems. Actually, there definitely are missing gems in this room. That's just gotta be a glitch. It's gotta be a glitch.
Little fools want to outsmart the Legion? Think again.
Thrashbite the Scornful. I wish I could read all these books. God damn it. Look at all these books in here. Who knows what knowledge they hold? Fuck. So what's this big ugly fuck? By the way, okay, look, I can understand, chat, if you think I'm stretching it, okay? But does this motherfucker not look like something straight out of Maldraxxus? Like, what the fuck? I'll look at the pages on the ground. What the fuck? Look at this thing. Like, what the fuck? It looks like he's straight out of another expansion. It looks like it's right out of the Theater of Pain dungeon, doesn't it?
Come and get it. Should have stayed in school.
What? Fury of the Scorned. Chain-draped gauntlets. Blood of Sargeras, which is allegedly fell blood. It's so weird. But Sargeras isn't fell at all. We saw him. Unless his soul is fell and his outwardness is burning righteous fury. Because the way that he appears to Agramar in the Antorus the Burning Throne, if it really is Sargeras, is like a fell flame. Why doesn't he look fell when we get to him? Also, that seems really bright from right here. Like, damn. I really wanted you to notice that, I feel like. Yeah, it could be allusions to different... So these could be allusions to different variants of the same event. So for instance, the dragon-breathing purple fire could be one instance of, you know, someone, an external force is attacking, right? Like maybe it's the void. This one could be more like a representation of the demons or whatever, right? So like, I think that variations on... options would be interesting. What the fuck is this? This is like ancient Kalimdor? What is that? Oh, I forgot they did that. Chapel of Moonlight. And it is within this chapel that a portal has been opened that allow those little demons to escape. There's that blue crystal up there. Flowing with power. Did you visit Dire Mall? I mean, not in a while. The Emerald Archives. Once again, very interesting name. Path of Illumination. And we're gonna have to look up over here. Spiders. We find isn't there spiders in Maldraxxus too? Nerubian stuff? Not that, oh, if there's spiders, it's gotta be Maldraxxus. That's not what I mean. Don't take it that way. Also, there we go. That's, what the fuck? Blizzard, you gotta fix this. What the fuck? See, I like that conversion, like half green, half purple. You see that shit? Almost reminds me of the Emerald Dream. The Seed Dream thing for Amir Drasil. Oh, hey, look! Hey, look, Speak of the Devil. Wow, look at that! There's like a bunch of spiders. And an Nerubian thing. It's not what they're called technically, they're called Faldori? Interesting gem. This is very much a fucking Maldraxxus Primus gem right there, bro. See that shit? The gold and green gets me, bro. We're gonna jump over here so as not to pull anything. Nal Ashar. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, okay. We'll clear this room. You will burn. One, two, three, four, five, six. 6 wings. 1 destroyed and gone. 1 taken over. Others being influenced, 1 free. That's how my brain works. Azeroth in the middle. It's a cosmic forces map. That's the way my brain makes these things appear. That's probably not what it is, but that's how my brain works. One of them has been dismantled. Probably death, if I had to guess. Order enthralled by life, and the others slowly succumbing to it, the only one being free. Maybe an allusion to something else. But that's what my brain does.
Did you really think you could elude me, Illidan? Run again, and I'll shackle you like the beast you are.
Jesus.
Posture if you must, Maev. But for now, do what you do best and follow me.
Yo, this dialogue's S tier. Do what you do best and follow me. You cheeky fuck, Illidan. By the way, here's some kind of like middle ground, right? Fully powered orb. Orb of power kind of draining. Kind of fading into that teal and gone. Interesting. They just do so much visual work in this game, dude. So much visual art. It is fucking wild. And again, I ascribe meaning to things that probably have no meaning, but Path of Illumination, by the way, and what's this called? Chapel of Tears. So Tears, Twilight, Moonlight, some interesting stuff. Kind of thinking Elune is not as much of a benevolent goddess as people want her to be. She does have favorite children, after all. She admits outright that she likes the Night Elves the most. So, I don't think that Sacristy of Elune. What does that mean? Sacristy. A room in which a church or a priest prepares for a service and where vestments and other things used in worship are kept. There you go.
We've lost. The Legion broke our lines. They pushed us out of the tomb. You're all that stands between them and the Aegis. They are coming. Let them come. Maev and I will hold them on the stairs below.
Forgive me if my glaive finds your heart, Illidan. With so many demons about, it's hard to distinguish you from the rest of this filth.
And fully fell converted power cores. Some ancient ewers. Ewers linking to water, to the moon. Wisdom. Makes me think of Thaliak. This is what pisses me off though. Where does the water come from? Oh my god. The Thaliak's ewer. I'm gonna fucking... You're unbelievable. And here we have the final room. Sacristy of Elune, where ancient tools of reverence and worship are kept. And here we place the Aegis of Agramar, not the Tear of Elune. It's fascinating. This place is totally ransacked. Destroyed. The roof broken open, exposing the fell storm from the tomb of Sargeras. Here we have giant, essentially what appear to be converted ley lines worth of energy of fel rocketing up through the... Okay, so let me point something out here, chat. The Temple of Elune is doing an ice-crowned citadel, okay? Think about this. Deep within the tomb of Sargeras, a power is being channeled. That power is being channeled up through the tomb of Sargeras and blasted into the sky, which is ripping open a giant rift between realities. Is the Temple of Elune not doing an ice-crowned citadel right now? Is this not the same fucking thing? With the Aegis of Agamar socketed back into its cradle, Domitrax leads an onslaught of demons to destroy the relic. So the interesting thing is that, once again, this Aegis is powered by lightning. Also, is this Aegis talking to me? Oh no, it's just more like dialogue. Just like generic. Why is it lightning?
Sends his gratitude. delivering the Aegis into our hands.
Yeah, whatever, dude. There's something about these relics, bro. Need to compare the Legion ships facing towards the planet to Torghast? Oh, wait. Just wait.
The full might of the Legion falls upon this world.
Nice light barrier. Look at that, though.
Legion.
And look at the runes underneath it. Why? Chat, I'm telling you, lightning and light. Shocker, I know. Think about Gwyn from Dark Souls. They're connected, bro. Did you see the fucking animation that it gave? Do you see this fucking rune of light that this thing is sitting in right now? Do you see the light that it's literally emitting off of it? Lightning is truly a gift of the gods. Isn't it? This is why. How you wield the light, where it comes from, and the ideals that are associated with it are so important because evil people can use the light. Don't forget that. Scarlets obviously come to mind. But it also means that maybe isn't the hardest thing to become a little confused about who's good and who's evil just because they're wielding certain powers. Two-toed. Hey, I got a transmog. Shoulder guards of Legion Domination.
See to the Aegis.
Of Legion Domination.
At last.
Mephisthoth, why are you all blue, by the way? You look like you're imbued with death magic. Apparently I didn't kill Domitrax, I didn't count that. Mephisthoth orchestrates the Legion's invasion from the Broken Shores. With the forces of Azeroth pushing against his front line, Mephisthoth has fallen back to the Cathedral of Eternal Night, where he will employ all his cunning to ensure the heroes fail in securing the Aegis of Agramar.
What is this?
The final victory will be ours.
In ages past, this shield defended the young world soul against madness and corruption. Today, it serves those who fight for Azeroth. I am Aegrin, guardian of Tirisfal. I left behind this echo of my power as a safeguard in the event that the wards I put in place to protect the tomb failed. Indeed, I sense that the Master of the Burning Legion now schemes to claim his prize.
His prize. Once again,
Yet
there's that
there
word.
is still hope. By anchoring the pillars of creation in the halls below, you will restore my wards and push back against the invaders. Then you must venture into the depths of the tomb and use the Eye of Aman'Thul to eradicate the Fellstorm and sever the Legion's link to Azeroth. But the pillars alone cannot bring victory. Only a united army founded on strength and courage can conquer the Legion. When you and your allies are prepared for the final battle, my echo will return to aid you. The fate of Azeroth rests in your hands.
Khadgar will want to hear of this.
It seems preparations are in order.
Blue eyes, too, by the way. Gotta love that. Mephisthoth's nail. Shadows whip across its surface, breaking at unseen walls. Shadows whip across its surface, breaking at unseen walls. Another rare instance of an artifact having flavor text. Very rare that that happens. None of these do. I'm gonna keep that one. And there it is, on its pedestal, where it allegedly was always meant to be. So they were using a shield of Agramar as one of the greatest and potentially final lines of defense against Sargeras and his Burning Legion.